them. Big high pressure moment for basically two babies of the team. NQZ with a good angle as well. Zway could get caught. Oh, hits a dink. 97 in 1 with the 5-7. Zway is fortunate. It gives him an afterplant now. It might have to be new boy Saxages to do the heavy lifting. Only 18 years of age. Playing in his first big tournament of his career. What can he do to hold off against Venom Zera, LNZ, and BR Enizan all coming his way? BR Enizan has a kit picked up, by the way. That could be a pretty critical factor, and Zway's been naded. Molly Prime for Saxages is good. Nade as well will do a lot of damage, and there goes BR Enizan. Saxages has got this 1-1. Dropping down to the side. Beautiful double spray. That is his first big moment of his career. And Paravision needed it badly. Perfect utility usage, perfect timing on the drop down. I think the round was pretty much won after he killed the honestly. But saving the round from that position is huge. Sunny will catch his yellow nicely. A bit of a recovery here, MIBR. Paravision are pulling back at the moment. Good kill from Zway on Zera. Even find another awkward tapping for LNZ at that range. Biranazan needs a good timing. He's found Jame. That's really nice. Does he know Saxages is close? I'm not sure he does. Oh, but he still reacts for it. No heroics for Saxages in this round, I'm afraid. And Zway is all alone. And now they know where he is. He might have the bomb, but LNZ has got him locked in. You're getting a lot of respect in this clutch, it has to be said. Plant's going to come through. Enizan will charge through the molly to move him. That Incendiary will certainly move him to the open. But yeah, he'll get triple swung in the end. Not a bad try. Plant is alright. Do we think that is a fair assessment of Saxages' clutch in the previous round? Probably the moment of his career so far? I think so. It might not save his team, unfortunately. He's played well, though, as you can see. The experienced teammates he's got alongside him haven't really been playing as well, especially Hobbit. That's one of the main things Hobbit was brought into the fold to help with, though. It's not necessarily Hobbit's fragging, even though he's played quite well. It's the secondary voice to help Jame and Dastan, by extension. And just that level head to support the likes of Zway, Yellow, and Saxages. If you're adding a youngster like Saxages, you need to balance it. And that is the goal they've tried to go for with bringing in Hobbit as well. NZ tagged down in that mid-spray by Hobbit, I believe. Shame. Getting caught under 48 without even seeing a soul. Util primed. We'll tag NQZ once. I'm not sure if that's going to be heard by Hobbit at that range. Were looking like they were considering dropping the AWP over to LNZ, but he's like, look, I'm 48 HP. You're a better AWPer than me. Stick with it. It's not like LNZ is 1 HP. "40 seconds on the clock and Hobbit will take middle. And the layers are being put into place here for Paravision. And Mzera is going to move back away, give utility over to a teammate, but only just hops up on the fountain in time to be hidden. And he's not really in a very favourable position to hold up against the camera. Flash is good, he might need to fight, and now he doesn't know which way to look because they're going to the camera as well. They need LNZ's support. He gets one. That's 5 of Mzera in that position. LNZ should be taken down. The Deagle has been drawn, doing extra damage, and in comes Slaxages on the headshot angle again. BR and Azan is left wondering where have all my teammates gone. Great end to the half for Paravision. They were nowhere in this game. They've managed to grow into it slowly, bit by bit, in a map they've only played 5 times this year. And honestly, they've got Slaxages to thank for it. 7-5 at half. Second half being prepared between Paravision and MIBR on Anubis. An entertaining start to this series. MIBR were all over Paravision at the beginning of the game. They were missing their timings. They were going for bomb site takes a bit too late in the round. The one in particular where they ran into NQZ and BR Enazan with 11 seconds on the clock. I think MIBR will be a little bit disappointed they couldn't put the hammer down a little bit more on Paravision in that first half. They still have a lead on, technically, the unfavoured side. They'll be confident in their T side, MIBR, without a doubt. It deserves to be said that BRN is having a good map. Being critical of him on this team. But he's played well. Doolies for Ziello, pushed up around A main. Somewhat alone. He's got Jane with him, but more range. The angle's good, and when they go searching now, it could be bad timing, and now James doesn't know what to do. The yellow pretty much dies on the same tick of the round as he gets his kill, so he'll be pretty happy with that considering, but Sway is caught. Looking to try and pincer them. Oh, ships in the night in middle. Hobbit could get caught. Surely will get caught eventually. Where is he? There's LNZ. Almost getting a chance, Hobbit, to deliver some kills as they ran through Canal. But now they need to get past Jane and Slacksages still. But no, nothing doing for Slacksages this time. Biranazan, another big round from him. Just as I was praising him, he delivers again. Triple kill, 15 and 7. Of all the players to be leading the way for MIBR, not who you'd expect it to be. Jane 1v4. Some kills would be nice for a bit of money, but he might not be allowed it, and there might be a certain time we're about to call. It is Jame time, but I'm not sure he'll be allowed to do that. He's being rounded on by LNZ. He's aware of it, Jame. Hi. Oh, he's looking at him. Unlucky. Easy clean up for LNZ. It's the two... You could argue... Hang on, I need to find the word in my brain. It is the two... Lesser heroes? That's not what I was going for. I'll say it anyway. It's the two lesser heroes of MIBR, getting the 5 kills between them, LNZ and Biranazan. What's the word, chat? Not lesser hero. The two... You know, when like someone is underappreciated, when a player is the underappreciated player on the team. Am I sick? A little bit, only a little bit. I'm sick from going to IM Cologne. I've only just got over it about 2 days ago. So luckily I got over it properly in time for my voice to be acceptable for broadcast. Lesser performant, lower rated, maybe. Losers. Goodness sake. Did I sleep well? Sort of. Unsung hero. Thank you. Oh my god. How can I not think of unsung hero, man? That shows you how little sleep I've got. To be fair, I slept at like 11 PM, I think. From 11 till 5. That's not that bad. Woke up at 5 AM. Went till 9 PM. Slept at 11. Till around 5-ish. And we're back again. Eat, sleep, work. Baby. Force for Paravision. And they kind of need to win it, honestly. Peanut on yellow, pistols on the others, Deagle on his way. They go through this camera smoke, they're a bit of bother. Thankfully, and suddenly breaks it with a nade. That's a great effect. And the way they par their way through that camera smoke is really nice. They don't line up, they don't go through until they get information. They use the nades accurately. Sani, ever reliable. 9-5 MIBR. Might not even be allowed to save their force by. MIBR are way ahead of the game. Travel might actually 6'8" tall, definitely. It's not like I'm 5'5". Definitely not. Do you love us? I love some of you. I love some of you. Trav, how do I fix my failing marriage? You show your partner love and support. unconditionally and do kind things without her asking. Advice from someone who's been single for 8 years. Go figure. I'm also a comedian in my spare time, as you haven't noticed. That's a lie, I'm not, but I like entertaining on Counter-Strike broadcasts. Insanely will find Slaxages, nothing doing for this eco/saved force here for Paravision. They hunted them down in MIBR in the previous round pretty easily, honestly. This is a very accomplished Anubis at the moment. We might have had some Slaxages moments, but it's not really going to do much for Parry this game, I'm afraid. Is it harder to commentate without a partner? A little bit, a little bit. I would prefer a duo for voice-saving purposes, obviously, and I love duos. Great synergy. B-Dog, Max, Hayes, my regulars. Yumi as well. But I'm very used to solo casting from starting this way in like 2020 on my personal stream, doing like close qualifiers and open qualifiers on my own stream. I enjoy it, I always have, and that's why I thought I'd give this broadcast that kind of like the watch party co-stream vibe a little bit, while casting seriously at the same time. So yeah, it's definitely fun. It's the right way to go about the broadcast. I think I'm doing a good job for XSE, and I hope they appreciate me. Bless them. I have single-handedly saved the tournament. I'm kidding. I'm kidding. But I'm proud of myself for yesterday in particular. Gun around here for Paravision, and this is where it really gets important, and where they need to find something on the unfavoured side of the map. Map they've already played 5 times this year. Jez gets away on 4 HP. Lucky boy. I can say lucky boy because he's only 18. Favourite map to cast? Probably Overpass on Nuke, in my opinion. RIP Overpass. We'll see how I feel about Cash when I finally cover a Cash game. Fun to play. Very, very fun to play. We'll see how it is to cast eventually. Great catch from Zwei. LNZ down. Free Incendiary over toward camera. That's going to block Insanity off, but when he gets a chance to push forward an entry, you always feel like it's a danger. Thankfully, the setup here this time for Paravision is very good. Hobbit does big damage with his util, I think. Got 3 assists there in the kill feed. Or 2, I should say, with a kill. And Zielo's going to hold on nicely. Good work from Paravision. That's a really important opening CT gambit. How old was I when I started casting? 2020, so that's 6 years ago. I would have been 22. I'm 29 now, so would have been before my birthday as well. So I think I was 22. I got my first paid gig in 2021, though. So it took me a year before I integrated myself into the scene. I didn't cast Cash yesterday, no, that was Mac. Mac is in charge of the this stream later on tonight, I believe. So if you want to check back in, you'll have Mac to chat to. I believe I'm only doing this BO3. So Mac will take over from Trav. It would be the Mac and Trav duo, but certain circumstances have happened. Little spy for MIBR before their money is broken, and James wants to break that right here, right now. Zillow playing from behind the default position. Great headshot from NQZ though on the rifle. James needs to deliver a bit more. Almost finds a third. 2 is okay, but they've managed to break into the site here, MIBR, and get a 3v3 in the afterplant. Hobbit waiting in the heaven smoke, being watched by BR Enazan. Favourable angle for BR Enazan. And that's his 19th kill of the map. Zwei, what have you got? Slaxajez, what have you got? They need you right now. Good bait out from Zwei, and he got both. Oh my goodness. It's all down to LNC all of a sudden, and Slaxajez will burst his way through. Okay. Saved. Saved by the 2 youngsters. In particular, the little bait out, the little jiggle on Heaven from Slaxajez to get Zwei into position to not just find one, but also find BR Enazan. That changed everything. Good teamwork between the 2 of them. Thank you for the comment, Silver Courts. I'm working my first Blast qualifier next week. And I've worked at ESL many times. For ESL Challenger League, ESL Pro League, and some IEM BCs as well. I worked IEM Rio this year. How do you even start casting? Basically, just do stuff on your personal stream. Cast ESEA Open games. ESEA Open games and Open qualifiers. It was easier back in Global Offensive, I can't lie. PS2, the HUDs, the default HUD's a bit worse. Various other situations. The auto observer is more broken. But yeah, there are still ways, and casting the ESA Open Leagues is the usual way in. What's the score on the mainstream right now? Date on the map 1, 16-14. Damn. Very tight for the home heroes. Paravision have wormed their way back into this map. 2 really nice CT rounds and a great recovery from the combination of Zwei and Slaxajez. Very difficult names to say quickly. Slaxajez. I don't want to call him Slacks because there's a German player called Slacks. But yeah, MIBR now after the eco they took, back on the buy. Still 10-8 up, still on the favoured side. Paravision are starting to warm up. Jerk used to be paid by the round. Maybe they could be giving this a close game again here. But M0 is going to entry Ziello though, and that's a big one. Hobbit needs to respond, and as you can tell, he's not entirely confident about going for that fight. And to be fair, MIBR is not giving it to him. Instead, he is quite ahead of the game toward camera, and he's waiting for the Hobbit reposition. Jane, what have you got? We need many more kills. There are 2 players on the line. He's going to be mollied off, and to be honest, getting 1 more is pretty good job well done. I'm afraid it might not mean much, because they're locked out of A. Good moves from MIBR. Clean entry from Insani again, waiting for Hobbit to emerge from main. Little bit of miscommunication there between Hobbit and James, maybe. Hobbit not realising James not looking at that. He could get caught if one player had crept through camera. James' angle wasn't perfect for it. This is winnable for Paravision still, though. He recovered one of these already. And it was Zwei and Slaxajez. Can they just hold the defuse here? They're in his hands toward camera. He's got good timing. They are going to hold the defuse. They are going to hold the defuse. Oh my goodness. Okay, they had a nade. They had a nade. A deep breath. And a big shout from Venom Zera. That nade proved pretty important in the end. That's MIBR up to 11. Who's my favourite player of all time to watch? I think Donk is still... He's going up that list very, very quickly. Donk is up there, but I still think it's Simple. Prime Simple was different. The modern day people won't know what watching Prime Simple live was like. Modern day fans won't know. People joke about him these days because everyone calls him the GOAT and he doesn't play as well anymore, but we remember. We remember what it was. What it used to be. There's a couple of other players up there on my list as well. Even though he didn't win much, Prime Scream is one of my favourite players to watch. When it comes to team, VP, my favourite team. Battle back here in the round from Saxon Jez. Is able to get one to bring it back into a 3v4, but now he needs yellow. He needed badly, peeking through the window. That's a really nice killing. Doesn't overpeak for a second either. With James set up here, that is a perfect lack of an overpeak. But because of that kill, and MIBR being cognizant of the fact that that Yellow knows where they were moving to, they rerouted. Through middle, through camera, and NZ will sell the fake. But MIBR have space. They can't afford to lose the bomb toward heaven. BR Enizan's walking through that position now. 14 seconds. He's going to be lucky. With that timing, he's incredibly lucky to drop down to the side and get it planted. What's Yellow's timing like? As he kicks back forward. Yes, it's good. Yellow just waits so patiently. Really nice patience from Yellow, it has to be said. Could have easily forgiven him for peeking a bit too early on that one. But he waits. He bides his time. It works. BR Enizan, probably the hero of the map for MIBR so far. He's only got a Galil. Needs a 1v3. There's one. Does he expect a second toward heaven? He does not. Freest of 3 kills for Slaxajez, and Paravision will not say die. They're 2 behind again. Prime Kenny S mentioned by Barack Oblama in chat. Agreed. Agreed as well. Kenny Guardian, JW Olaf. That era was different. I only started watching Pro CS in like very, very early 2015. But I'm aware of the legend of some of those players, that's for sure. I missed Prime Kenny, like 2014 Kenny. 2015 Kenny was pretty good as well. BR Enizan has dropped from the server. Hopefully he didn't smash his desk or anything after losing that 1v2. We'll get him back ASAP. Prime Flusher was hilarious. I agree. Sorry, I'm just having a quick drink. Yuju, Yuejiu. I don't know how to pronounce your username. I hope I didn't butcher it. My Twitter is TravCS, TravCS. Are you a fan of Big? I do like Big. I have a little soft spot for them because of how they've improved their team this year. They're not the best team in the world, I can't lie. They do. I mean, they got absolutely farmed by MIBR yesterday, and there are still many pitfalls with that team. But Grixon blame F, and how consistent Favon usually is at this sort of level. He's for me, it's a fun team to watch. All right, thankfully that pause is not too long. We're back underway. They might be going to be a little bit nervous right now. Paravision are coming back at them. This is only an eco. It's going to be 11-10 in a matter of a few minutes, you'd imagine. Or a minute, probably. Hang on. NQZ's entry Saxijez and BRN Azan gets one more. Zway's done a great job. Fair play to Zway. He was needed there badly. But NQZ has found his preferred weapon. What can he do with it? He's got no armor. He doesn't have the bomb picked up. That's the main issue. If he had the bomb, I'd give him a chance. Or maybe he still has a chance. He knows where the yellow is. Dancing around the pillar, NQZ, what a huge round of speed to win, but he's missed a shot that mattered. That might have been his one chance, and Yellow will push him down. Oh, so close. There's something special from NQZ, and he had his chance. He had that one shot when Ziello refaced. You could tell that Ziello was nervous how he was playing that clutch. That was tight. Are you keeping up with the World Cup? I am. I'm watching the highlights of the games that go on overnight every morning. I'm watching as many games as I can. I don't miss the World Cup. Football's not my favourite sport overall. I prefer tennis and Formula 1. But when the World Cup's on, it's my favourite sport. Thoughts on Jabin? Jabin's good. I've watched him in Big Academy multiple times. As you can imagine, there are a lot of people who, when he was picked up by FaZe on loan, were like, who's this guy? But, I know him. I've covered him many times. He's talented. He really is. I think he's going to be... I think FaZe will sign him permanently at the end of the loan. I hope they do. I hope he continues his form as well. Because I think Jabin is good. All right, huge round. We lock in. Gun round, MIBR, 11-10 up. But Paravision are not going quietly. I thought this would be one of the most entertaining games today. Already it is delivered. A couple of big moments. The XSE B stream is going to go crazy today. Flashing toward A main. Venomzera will take it. We'll keep him at bay for now. Crosshair was almost in the right place to deal with the Heaven player, but Hobbit's been removed by BO3. Again, a very important call from BO3 in this game, but LNZ just charges through that smoke. Sure, they have a camera pinch, which is good, but Ziello still found 2 kills. 3v3, another possible retake for Paravision on A, but they've lost Laxajez already. And Venomzera is going to deal with his way. Nothing doing this time for Paravision. And James is still holding in middle, knowing that NQZ's on that line, knowing he can't cross it. MIBR going to hit map point.
Terrorists win.
Stefano Dota, to answer your question, I think the answer's no. No, easily no, unfortunately. They'd be top 25, let's say. And that's very generous. Maybe top 35. How am I holding up from yesterday? Not bad, actually. Not bad. I'm only doing this one game today for this broadcast. I have other obligations later, so I'm just helping out Mac for the opening game of the day. My Aussie mate, Mac mate, bit sad after Australia lost in the World Cup, so he deserves a break for a morning game. Helping him out for the morning. BO and Ensan will entry Saxages. Zwei responds against BO and Ensan, and again Zwei in the anchor roll on the B-bomb site. He's so good. Look at Insani. Look at Insani. The thing is, they can't get the bomb back. So they're relying on the flank kills right now from Insani. He's got a great move. He's got a great position. Can he make the most of it? I don't think Paravision are considering this at all. NQZ and LNZ just have to wait. They can't afford to die. They have to let Insani play. Is he going to get caught from his left here? Oh no, Hobbit's going to miss it. It's yellow. You might not be long for this world. There's one. He's waiting for Hobbit. Hobbit needs the kill. Really needs the kill, and he's going to get it. Okay. Possible threat dissipated. But LNZ's still going to entry Hobbit in the end. James needs to deliver. He'll get himself his one. LNZ not got much time left, and James will no-scope him close range. Oh, would you believe it? Paravision have taken us to round 24. What a surprise. They never go quietly, do they? I'd love to see Insani not hold back there. I know he was waiting for his main two, waiting for NQZ and NNC to actually come through and help after he got his one kill. He didn't know the second player was on the side. But I would love to see him pushed a little bit further forward there rather than hold back. To be fair to him, we didn't know about it either. Look at the pace, look at the pace. Look at the pace of the Tech 9s, and they get munched up by Ziello. Guess what, baby? We're going to go overtime. James going to secure it, and Paravision answer it back. Look at the little wry smile on Dastan's face. He's seen this one before. He's rewatching the same episode. To be fair, it's a good rewatch. I said it earlier, I think Aurora moves are good, Gorilla Man. I think they're fun. I think they're fun moves. I'm cheering for England. And low-key, I was cheering for Cape Verde as well. But, England! Alright, we've got a small tech pause here before we start overtime. I need the bathroom. BRB. Okay, I'm back in time. All good. Overturn begins between Paravision and MIBR. Map 1 in this 2-1 match. In XSE Pro League in Guangzhou. Big miss from Jane. He gets run down by Insani. Hobbit is not being given much space in middle at all either. He gets one, he'll be lucky, and he's cleared properly by LNZ. MIBR fall back immediately with that. Play time in the 5v3, knowing there might be a re-aggression from somewhere. Because this one, he's going to catch him standing with nades out. Thanks for LNZ, he reacts well to get the headshot. That opens up space on A. Retake is once again vaguely doable, and for the 4th time in the game, I think, is when Slaxager's on the retake on A. Issue is, Zwei has an AWP picked up, and that is not going to be easy to work with on the retake. He might have a rifle to switch to, but low-key, in overtime, the save here is the correct call. And a small tech pause. Hopefully not too long. Last time it wasn't. We'll see. Spirit still seems to be pretty high in MIBR. And Zian and Sunny sharing a bit of a giggle. Am I really hearing the cheering from the background there? Sounds sick. Sounds sick. Currently it's 7-4 to Bait in map 2 against Linvision on the A stream. Kenzazor could be about to win a 1v4. He's killed Call Me Sue, Zaka and Starry. He won a 1v4. Incredible. Let's be a fly on the wall right now in the MIBR camp. Who's better, Paravision or Bait? That's a good question. It's hard to say. I would still take Parry by a sliver. But Bait have been a lot more solid since Cologne and during Cologne. Looks like it's a issue with LNZ's PC. Linus's PC. Trav, can you call out the location of the cockroach that I saw? It vanished and I'm fearing for my life. Under your sofa. hopefully it's not going to be too long before we get back into this one. Appreciate you guys for having the chat, but we'll try and fix the issue, and when we are, we'll jump straight back in to the player cams. See you in a minute. Ayo, we're back. Surprised you, huh? The tech pause has been figured out, and we're back live into overtime between Paravision and MIBR. The 2-1 match for a chance for playoffs. It's still only map 1, and MIBR would have felt like they've been in full control of this map, and they haven't been able to close it yet. It's not in regulation. They are 13-12 up in overtime. We need a little bit more, though. I missed you guys. As in the game, not chat. I'm kidding. I missed you guys too. Waiting outside B, MIBR. Then will make first moves away on the secondary AWP. We've already seen this be attempted once in the first one of overtime, and they had to save. Sactages tries to hold on. It's only one, and NQZ sets up. Post on the angle, waiting for the Zwei peek, and he gets it. Yellow's got the flank on flank here, and he does find Insani. Look at the damage on NQZ as well. This retake is very much on. Not an easy setup here for MIBR. Linus is stuck behind the site, can't really move from this position anymore. Baron is in toward E-box. Linus does get a 1-for-1, that's okay. And NQZ on the headshot line around the main position. Missed a shot. But now he can flash for his teammate Biorenizan. In comes the peak, but he gets cleared. Now NQZ all alone. They need a clutch, but he's going to find one more. Is there time? There isn't. James out of there. Can he save the AWP in time? Yeah, he's actually plenty away from the bomb to save it. So he'll keep the AWP, but in overtime it doesn't really matter. I can't lie. They are scrambling to find a single round on the CT side. Now IBR up 14-12. NQZ just holding on, hitting the important shot. And Paravision desperately need this 2-1 in overtime. Hobbit's having a real rough game. You guys in chat have been talking about it a lot. I didn't want to highlight it too much because he's provides other things other than just frags in this game. But 7-23, that's a rough look. He's not had a terrible tournament either, by the way. 13-3 versus Lin Vision. Played very well. Lost to Tyloo and they got farmed, fair enough. But he top fragged against, or top rated against Alliance as well. Shane will start the round as Paravision need it. Sani, a good scalp to take as well. Now, Zwei on the secondary AWP. They need you, man. They need you. Easily taking into the line, and Zwei will connect this time. He misses for more. He's kind of stuck on the left corner, and MIBR might realise they can expose him there. And he's found his teammate too. Oh no, it's falling apart again. From a 5v3 to a 3v3. Big spam kill from Hobbit. Only his 8th kill of the entire map, and that could be an imperative one. Can MIBR hold on to a bomb site again? There's a big flank to worry about. That is James going all the way around the world. He knows, he gets the information over and over, and Venom Zero is going to try and press the issue. And James is going to just leave it entirely. He knows peeking into 2 players there is kind of pointless. He's relying on Ziello and Hobbit to make their way through from main instead. Hobbit doesn't have a kit. Ziello and James do. Biorenizan will find Hobbit in the end. Reface from Ziello only just finds Biorenizan. And it's down to Venom Zero. James needs to hit this flick, and he's going to miss it. Venom Zero with a big moment. He's been a bit absent in this map as well, but he steps up when needed. And all 3 T rounds in overtime go the way of MIBR. And you can see what Dastan thinks about that. Gesticulating, I think we call that. For a 5v3. They didn't reposition. YouTube Channel 1. What a name. My name is Travis. Travis. My alias is Trav. It's probably Oliver. I have a best friend called Oliver. My Twitter is TravCS, TravCS, if you want to say hi. Okay, here we go. Paravision need 3 in a row on T sides. And I'm not sure. I mean, I'm going to go back and have a look now. Paravision have only found 3 rounds in a row once in this game. And that was at the beginning of their T side. That was pistol and conversion, I believe, according to the HLTV bot. So, they need to do it again. He's going to destroy the dreams of Venom Zera, and he's still willing to fight by the looks of it, being only 28 HP. I don't blame him for wanting to take a risk when he's 1, low, 2, his team is 15-12 up. We need to flip the logos at the top of the screen, please, production. Still, you guys know it's 15-12 MIBR, not 15-12 Paravision. MIBR on the CT side. And Ziello is going to entry Venom Zera. Something to work with. Hobbit will work his way through middle, taking Insani, and now LNZ, out of bullets with the M4A4. Slaxages is going to find him. Again, Paravision not making this easy for MIBR. Staying in touch. Slaxages now up to 20 kills, and even though MIBR are winning now 15-13, when this bomb explodes, you do have 4 players on Paravision over 20 kills now, 20 or above. Slaxages had a great clutch in the first half, for those of you who may remember it.
Terrorists win.
There's the logo swap. Thank you, production. Okay, not on this screen though. We need to swap it on this POV, please, as well. MIB are on the CT side. And our 15-13 in front. I'm going to continue clarifying that for you guys at home. Creep up toward E-box for Ziello. He's made his way in. Baron is an Insani on the other side. Insani not looking toward that peak forward at the moment. And because of that, BO and gets destroyed. But Insani is so damn good. Again, finds the multi-kill out of nowhere. Finally put down by his way. And James finding Venom Zero as well makes a big difference in this one. LNZ not being cleared, though. And Zwei will get caught. Thankfully, the bomb was planted safe. Hobbit with a smart plant position. I know it's a regular default position, but still, it avoids getting caught from an extra plat player. But he recovers the round into a winnable one for MIBR to close the game here and now. LNZ pushing forward now. Great catch from NQZ. It's going to be all down to James. There's going to be a smoke on the bomb and there are kits available. Is he going to be blocked off by utility? In comes a nade. First flick is only a leg shot. And he doesn't know where it is. Does he think he's killed the diffuser? I'm not so sure. He's trying to find him. It was one bullet with the Tech 9 and James couldn't connect it. And look at Dastan. That is a face I don't want to contend with at the end of a map loss like that. MIBR scrape their way through. They were kind of in control of this map throughout the entire game, by the way. And it became incredibly close. And Paravision will feel like they should still be in the map. They are not. MIBR take Anubis. It's a map that Paravision have only played it 5 times in 2026. And that is their 6th. And that is a loss, I'm afraid. MIBR take it with BR Enazan top fragging with 93 ADR. 26 kills for him. Great retake from NQZ. Getting that opening pick. Coming in through E-Box. That was huge in aiding that. And I can't believe the leg shot doesn't get completed in the end. I think we're going to see a replay of this. I'm just going to hold out on the highlights for a second because I want to just look at this replay if we get an opportunity to see it again. It's not this round, it's the round after. Here we go. There's the entry from Tiello. Here's the hold from Insani. Beautifully done. LNZ's in the snake in the grass. Here's the kill from NQZ. Then is when he got legged by Jane when he was around that main position. And then the Tech 9 missing the shots in the smoke is crazy. Anyway, Paravision up against it. They are in the 2-1 game, of course. Whoever wins this map does go through to playoffs, but we'll be back very shortly for Ancient to see if Paravision can bounce back. Welcome back, everyone. Going to scarf down some breakfast and we're ready to go. For map 2, using MIBR and Paravision. It's a very entertaining map 1 on Anubis. MIBR getting by in overtime. But Paravision now have their map pick. Their map pick of Ancient. You already got a bomb plant on toward the B bomb site. And they've already got a 5v3. Triple setup in toward cave should be impenetrable. In fact, and Hobbit will close it out. And we need to see a bit of a better performance from Hobbit in map 2 after we know what went down on map 1. It's a 4 from MIBR in round 2. On Ancient, as I said earlier in the series, during Anubis, but more of a middle ground map between these two teams. MIBR play it, and they play it against a lot of international opponents compared to them. 2 for 2 in middle. Insani can get his 1. The question is LNZ checked in the corner? He is, but he wins the duel against Laxages and does big damage to Zwei. Hobbit needs to clutch. 1v2. Oh my goodness, and he's been 100-0 spammed down by the 5-7. Dirty. And MIBR hit straight back on the force, and Venom Zera is loving life at the far end of the table. Paravision have played a lot of the best teams in the world on Ancient. It's a map they tend to pick into. They played Alliance on this map at this very tournament, 1-13-4. And he played it once at Cologne, though, losing to Monty 13-9. Before that, they played it a lot at Astana, played G2, played Mongols at Bucharest earlier in the year. But most of these are losses. And the one time Paravision and MIBR have gone up against each other a couple of months ago was at CAC. They played Ancient and Mirage, which, if Paravision do win this map, is where we're going to be going last, Mirage. And MIBR won Ancient 13-4. That was when MIBR were using Klim, obviously, and Paravision still had Belchanok and Nota. So different lineups, you can't really gauge the game off of that anymore. MIBR played Ancient twice at XSE, Guangzhou. One against FaZe, 13-6. Lost to Bait, 16-13. Also only played it once at Cologne, losing to Bait. Again, 13-8. Shot from Venom Zera. These pistols will not be allowed into the A-bomb site. Perfect hold. Nazan continues his good series by increasing that kill tally against the pistols. Sorry, chat, I am back. I had to unmute late because I was still drinking my water. You'll never lose me. You can't get rid of me that easily. Full buy for Paravision. James only on the Tech 9. Tech 9 that betrayed him in that final round of Anubis in overtime. Missing that diffuser in the smoke. Not a huge amount of map control gleaned for Paravision, just the normal B lane control. MIBR know that. Of course, don't know if there's a lurk over toward A, which is why utility is still being used over toward A main. Is now pushed up toward the corner of Cave, and again, Paravision leading this round relatively late, but they're winning the fight. And that's the important thing. 13 seconds for the plant, and he needs to go massive. He knows what's coming, with a couple more players coming his way, but he's very low HP. We need a bomb plant here. 5 seconds. It's going to be okay. Just about. Sunny will get given a duel versus Hobbit. But the HP, sub 50 for both. Not enough to go for the round. They're out of there. They're saving. And Paravision will make it 2 apiece.
Terrorists win.
NQZ has his AWP out. Try and take that mid control. That's what kind of like Ancient is like these days. Nothing too aggressive from Paravision early, but they do push their way out middle a little bit. Feels like MIBR realised that and gave it up relatively quickly. Zray will finally make moves up ramp, but NQZ is on the other side. Is he ready? Oh, it's a lovely headshot on Slaxajez, but the thing is he can't hop away from the second player. Thankfully, he's got Venom Zera with him. He's in the area from the bay. The ult recovered by Venom Zera after his teammate fell. A bit awkward for him. He's retained the 4v3 until Ziello spams him out of the round. And Sunny's on the charge. Got BO3 with him. They can't afford to go for the plant yet. 10 seconds, they'll finally get it down. Lots of distraction by LNZ in towards Cave. In comes this double flank, and that's going to catch James off guard massively. Both team players are here, though, and Hobbit, okay, he's here to play in Guangzhou. And suddenly, Paravision all fire off as a group. Hobbit's double kill there. You shouldn't be expecting 2. 1 at most. The fact he gets both is insane. And that puts MIBR on an eco. The delay double flank was so good until this moment. Double spray down on both. And suddenly Paravision are here to play and might be taking control of Ancient. That's why he gets the info that he's being shot at from ramp. There is a close position here from BR Energy. That's a freebie. Saxogens does well to find 2. If he only found 1, suddenly it would have been an advantage for MIBR. A little bit dangerous for Paravision here, but I don't think it matters into his own hands with the MAC-10. Hobbit's having a great map here. Exactly what he needed after map 1. Map 1, Hobbit went 9 and 25 with a minus 7.8% round swing, 0.56 rating. It was a real struggle all map. He's already matched his kills from map 1, and we're on round 7. Funny, right? He's doing a great job here. Okay, we'll miss the opportunity on Insani. Once again, it's a slow burn of a round for Paravision. First 40 seconds, they get a little bit of control toward lane, and final 40 seconds, they might get cut off at the wrong point. They're not expecting the push all the way around from behind by BR Enazan. He's in a great position for more. There's the bomb drop with 20 seconds on the clock. He's even going to find Sway as well. What a series BR Enazan's having. Top fragged map 1, top fragging map 2. And showing up when his team needs him. Yellow's in a good position. He's going to find NQZ, but the round's over.
Counter-terrorists win.
Third kill is especially important for BR Enazan. They could have still maybe made a path happen through middle if they cut him off sooner. See Desan instilling some thoughts right now. So this is a tack pause, not a tech pause. Ronaldo or Messi? Someone asked in chat. Probably Messi. Ronaldo might be one of the greatest goal scorers of all time. He's at 1% behind Messi. What can you do? I don't like comparing though. It's like comparing Zyro and Simple. Those two are good in their own respective eras and games and teams. Everyone has an argument for both. Some people like to talk with their heart. Some people like to talk with their head. Some people like to talk with both. Like me. Was way down to 21 HP early round. Once again, Paravision just very willing to sit around lane. James is now finally coming through on the rotation with the AWP. With the Galil, I should say, actually. He's always been given the AWP, I tell a lie. He's 21 HP. Looks like it's going to be a proper B execute. They might be are playing retake. Sinner or Alcaraz? Alcaraz. Just trying to cross with the bomb. Very dangerous. He's incredibly lucky to be able to get the bomb planted. He's incredibly lucky that the yellow is covering his back. That bomb was dropped on the floor. That could have instilled a whole lot of panic into the ranks of Paravision. Now there's not any way back in. Thanks to Ziello. He's taking matters into his own hands here, Ziello. Grabbing the round by the scruff of the neck. Triple kill entry. And Paravision are going to go up to 5.
Terrorists win.
My round is all yellow. I reckon Dastan's thoughts on that one is probably, why are we jumping across in the open with the bomb? That was a risk. Got away with it. In the 8 games that both these two teams have played on Ancient, there is a pretty significant discrepancy between some of the win rates. Paravision, of course, have only played one event with their new team, but with the old team as well, 54% win rate on their T side and 43% only on their CT side. So their T side is a lot stronger. And MIBR is the opposite. 48.9 on T, 55.1 on CT. And they've also won 12 out of 16 pistol rounds, which is a high percentage, a very, very high percentage of pistol rounds on the map. Especially considering they've lost to Mal 13-1 at CAC and Bait 13-8 at Cologne. So keep an eye out for that over the course of the rest of the game. Opposite strengths, really, for both, it seems, numbers-wise.
Bomb has been planted.
LNZ trying to contain. He'll do that by finding Jame. And in the process, keeping the AK. Paravision, though, are going to guarantee at least a tile and a half already. My guy James has not had to do much in this game.
Terrorists win.
Impa asks Djokovic or Nadal. Numbers, it's obviously Djokovic. Pure theatre. Pure drive to win. Pure drive to compete through injury. Through a chronic heel condition. Foot condition. Nadal. I resonate more with Nadal than I do Djokovic. No, more with Nadal and Federer than I do Djokovic. But Djokovic is probably the GOAT. I just resonate more with Nadal and Federer and Murray, even. Don't get me wrong, I'm not saying Murray's the GOAT, but he played his part, didn't he? In that era. I'd pick Nadal personally from heart, though. Hamilton or Verstappen? 100% Hamilton. But Verstappen is still probably... Say they're in the same car one day, I reckon Verstappen might have a 10th on Hamilton. In terms of pure raw pace, I think he has a 10th on it. I've always liked Lewis. Since 2007, his very debut. And I was... Venom Zero to deal with Slaxages when he makes his way into the A-bomb side. A bit of a change up from Paravision. They haven't got Third map between Paravision and MIBR in the battle for playoffs in Guangzhou. Mirage stands between these two teams' way and a chance at the main arena. I really don't know which way this map's going to go. It has to be said. I'm feeling like Paravision will find a way here. But MIBR, from what I saw from them against Big the other day, yesterday, all the days have merged into one lately. I mean, Venom Zera and Insani, if they perform that well again as a duo, I will be shocked. But we know the quality they possess. And here we go. Zielo's got the defuse kit, if necessary. Zwei has the smoke. Zera with a Molotov. Biranazan with a flash. Already they're going to try and force it up connector, but Hobbit says no. Terrible map 1, amazing map 2, starting map 3 with a bang. Great tap from Palace from Insani with the P250. That's exactly what you want to see him do from that position. One plant will come through from Venom Zera, but Zway's doing a lot of damage, and that plant only just comes through. Zway's going to tap Biranazan. Venom Zera is so stuck on that triple box, but somehow he's got 3. I don't know how he's managed that one. He was pincered, he was screwed, but now Zwei needs to hold this defuse, and Zelenzi has no idea where it is. He is nowhere near it. I'm afraid Venom Zera's heroics will go unrewarded. Smoke defuse comes through, and Lindsay couldn't be further off if he tried, to be fair to you. Great try. Paravision will start strong. Venom Zera and Biranazan, and this full force from IBR is going alright. We need a HUD flip, please, production. Paravision are on the CT side at the bottom of your screen. IBR on the T side. Only NQZ left with the recovered AK, and ideally he won't want to give this over to the CT side. But he's going to have to look for something. He can't afford to die after time. Saving it would split up their money on T side as well. Saxages is being a nuisance playing in the cubby, and now he gets a free upgrade. Unfortunately, he's going to have to give that AK over. Saxages wants it, and he'll take it. James is going to start the round strongly as soon as he picks up his AWP. Any pistols to MIBR in this round as that force goes awry. They're going to go down 3-0 in a matter of a few minutes. Again, it's pretty easy to compare these two teams on Mirage. They both played it 10 times recently, to varying degrees of success. RBR won 3 out of their last 4, beating Liquid at the Major, Bait at the Major, and Big yesterday in this very event. They've both got very heavy CT round win percents, though. 56.2 on CT for Paravision, 31.1 on T. They do have a worse record on the map, so maybe that's why I could forgive them. It's 39.1% for MIBR on Mirage on their T side, and 65.3 on CT. That's a significant difference. Looking to make a play, and he knows that Slack's is around that stairs position. Hobbit is now very screwed. Around Tetris, he'll get cleared by Insani nicely, and now MIBR are in the game.
Bomb has been planted.
Way is still around Palace, and there's not a single MIBR player checking that. And Jamie is giving this one a little bit of a look, considering Zwei now has an AK recovered and a defuse kit still available. Time is ticking down low, though, and Zwei tries to clear Insani aggressively. And even Insani being low, he will not allow it to happen. He won't allow James to escape either. And because Paravision go for it, they can't escape the grasp of Insani. Huge quad kill. Already, the real Insani has come out to play. On Mirage. Apologies about the HUD situation, I've asked about it. For some reason, on one view we have, it's correct, and on the other view, it's not. I relayed the information. Don't you worry. Yellow waiting for the B play to come through, and BR Enizan is not going to allow anything from the main B anchor. His way toward bench, already down to 31 HP, cleared properly by Venom Zera as well. And MIBR are now in this game. Two brilliant bursts in the last couple of rounds, one from Insani and now a nice B play. They don't just jump out the window willy-nilly over toward the B apartments, they actually entry from standing on the ledge of the window. Hopefully this HUD flip has fixed it once and for all. It is now correct. Thank you, production.
Terrorists win.
Round 6. Paravision and MIBR. Seems like they can't be separated at the moment. MIBR made sure not to allow Paravision to get away into the early stages of this first half. A couple of really nice T-gun rounds in a row. And as I said earlier, both these two teams are heavy CT on this map in terms of their win rates and their percentages. So they're going to need to get as many T rounds as possible, MIBR, to put themselves in a good position. Comes the utility toward A. Jem will be forced off the top of Ticket and already sees a player on that that he's going to need to face, and NQZ actually gives him the fight. Surprising when he misses the second shot on Venom Zera. They now need Slacks to Jez, and he also only finds a 1-for-1. 3v3. Nice look from Hobbit on the recovered up off the ground on 13 HP. Taking Pierre Enizan, and that's a bomb dropped far forward, by the way. Shadow's seen by LNZ, but Yellow's going to swing onto him, and Sandy's miles away. That's a messy one from MIBR. Losing the bomb that far forward towards CT is something that shouldn't be happening. Bit of miscommunication maybe about where that C4 carrier was. Hello, Caster. Which interesting Tier 2, Tier 3 teams you'd like to see take on the Tier 1.5 teams in this tournament? Well, I would have liked to see Magic here after their progression up the ranks. Magic would have liked to have seen Inner Circle here, maybe, because they just won a LAN themselves at Super Draculan. Nuclear Tigers is a team I want to see play an international LAN. I don't think they've made it there yet. Only play Russian LANs, really. Yeah, I think that's the 2 or 3 teams I could choose. And probably also need to see 100 Thieves play soon, because they're picking up Gizmy as in-game leader. My hot take is that 100 Thieves with Gizmy and Rain being relieved of his IGL duties will reach LG's level, or at least the LG will regress ever so slightly, and 100 Thieves will improve ever so slightly, for them to even up on the VOS by the end of 2026. I think they could be both around like the 30 mark by the end of the year. leave 100 Thieves at 40 odd and LG at 20 odd. I think they'll both regress and impress, vice versa, and even themselves up a little bit. See how that goes. Gizmo's got a lot of work to do with some legends of the game. BR Enizan is going to push in toward B, and even though this is a buy for Paravision, it's a bit of a save at the same time with the MP9s. They're not able to recover things. The Molotov from BR Enizan is going to burn his way out into the open and into the coffin, I'm afraid. This is going to be an immediate hit back from MIBR. Going toward B again. Good call. Because Paravision won their previous round, but they didn't have everything they wanted in this round with a couple of MP9s still in play. They were at full strength.
Terrorists win.
It's so funny, this player angle, seeing the player's legs. You just never see the player's legs at any professional tournament ever. You see them from the torso upward. See Insani swinging his legs there, looking like he's free as a bird. Kind of funny. MIBR staying in touch. Could be a bit of a faster A move for MIBR here. I say faster, it'd have to be too much quicker because there's still a couple of players lurking around in default positions around top, middle and B apartments. Incendiary will go in toward ramp. That will be good. It will take one tick from NQZ, and even though it's not much damage, it's a sound cue that Ziello probably heard. And I reckon probably Hobbit heard too. James is going to hold from ramp again, and even though he's half blind, that's a really nice pick on BR Enizan. Ziello is so blind and burning to death under balcony. He'll get cleared, and Venom Zera spins to find Jane. Even entries and holds from both these two teams on the A-bomb site to make it a 2v2, and NQZ on the headshot line on that paper-thin triple box does very well to find his way as cleanly as that. It's all down to Slack's new boy, the 18-year-old star, and they both line up for him. That could not have been worse for Venom Zero and NQZ. They say 3-2-1, and it's 3-2-none. Slacksages is a clutch hero again. How has that happened? So they say 3-2-1 swing, and they both swing perfectly in a line. Oh dear. Seeing that on the replay doesn't make it look any better for MIBR. A lifeline for Paravision. Their money was about to be broken. They only won that round with Slacksages alive, and look what it's done to their money. They got Zuel and then 7. They've still got not much left, and thankfully for MIBR with the plant they can still buy. So they're forcing the issue into A again. Oh, Hobbit's done really well to find one kill here, and he's knows he can turn him out into the open. Oh, but he's not throwing that Molotov into the right place. It's not moving Hobbit at all. Hobbit stays put, finds Venom Zera as he swings out of Palace, and BR is in the middle of no man's land. He's done very well to find Slacksages, but finding one more is impossible. Yellow will find him, Jane finds NQZ, now Linus needs a crazy play, not going to happen, Jane catches him, Paravision guarantee a tie on the half. And Hobbit, again, is a key factor. That will finally break a team's money, and it's the team that are on the back foot, MIBR. They probably can only buy a couple of pistols here. Pistols are eaten up with ease for Paravision, and they're now in full control. MIBR up against it. They'll still have a chance in the 2-2 bracket tomorrow, but that'll be a pretty meaty 2-2 bracket. Beta already there, having beaten Lin Vision earlier. Tyler and Betbin are currently the only teams through to playoffs. One of MIBR and Paravision are looking to join them. Right now it's looking likely to be Paravision. And in the debut event for Slacksages, he could be playing his first arena playoffs. He's had a bit of a rough opening couple of games for Paravision in this tournament, averaged a 0.86 rating over the 3 maps he played. Today, looking great. Zera last alive. That would be lovely. Somehow he's won that duel on his way, but it was a little bit too laboured. And Slacksages is going to swing on the tray to help him out. It's Yellow getting blanked by James. He made up for it. Final round of the first half, and the buy for MIBR is not all too great, I'm afraid. 2 MP7s, Deagle, a couple of Galils. Hobbit playing the off angle on top of Balk. Must be a bit of a Palace pop here to end off the half. Resmoke from Paravision is good. We'll hold on for one.
Bomb has been planted. Terrorists win.
Production side. We have now rectified. I'm going to listen to the kick stream quickly to make sure you guys can hear me. Hopefully it's all good. Bomb plant will be denied by BR Enizan. Currently, I don't know if you guys can hear me or not, but I'm going to cast around anyway. And Sunny's going to be cleared by Ziello, and that will mean they can recover that bomb fine and get it planted. Okay, you guys can hear me. All good. Test complete. Okay, I can lock back in again and focus. Apologies for that, everyone. Venom Zera's in a 1v2. Saxages and Ziello. Looking like they're going to be holding on to this one. Venom Zera is going to try and clear Saxages away from ticket box, but not going to happen. And Saxages is looking great. This is his best series for sure. Okay, good. You guys can hear me. Excellent. Superb. All rectified. So the guy who, in Kick Chat, who said, why aren't you casting the game properly? How do you feel now? Fully go for MIBR. They're going to try and get the guns out as quickly as possible in the third round of the half. So Paravision are going to be given free reign to get up to double digits in this one. It's going to be a long, long way back for MIBR. As I was saying, there is a glimmer of hope with how good their CT side is. If you look at their maps they've played on Mirage lately, they played big, they played bait. At Spirit, Liquid, and Legacy in the last couple of months. Lost Spirit 13-1 at the Major, they beat Liquid at the Major, they beat Bait at the Major, they beat Big the other day in this tournament, 13-2, to destruction, it was beautiful. They played brilliantly, especially Venom Zera and Insani. But you can't get away from the percentages, from the averages of their 10 games they've played in the last 3 months. 39.1% on T side, they won 4 rounds. 65.3 on CT side. They need a streak and a half to get back into this. Panga Beans, welcome. You've got your wish. Gone around for MIBR. They don't have the AWP on NQZ yet, and it has to be said, even though I've been a big fan of what NQZ has been doing on his return to competition with MIBR, this is an absent map from him. 2-11. And after the first map of Anubis, which was the MIBR pick, which was the right map to pick for them, knowing that Paravision don't play a hell of a lot of the map in 2026, the disaster class from Hobbit only lasted 1 map. He's been brilliant on map 1 and solid as a rock on map 2. Barnes jump spotting around Van, seeing the first contact around the B apartments, as B anchors so often do. Baronazan playing sandwich, not the best position in the world, I would argue, in this sort of situation. There's a little bit of support around A, but it's 2 teammates in Connector and Insani and NQZ. Bomb is waiting in Palace, and now James is going to rotate round to help out. 35 seconds left for a plant. Baronazan about to hold on, but only damage. He needs Insani, and he's going to get Insani. Baronazan finally gets his kill in the end as well. 2 frags for Insani. Step 1 complete for MIBR on the CT side. They've got 5 more to go. And you know what time it is.
Counter-terrorists win.
After time? Oh, that's awkward. Thought LNZ and NQZ might just be hunting for Jame there, but actually they were looking for weapon upgrades. Jame almost caught them. King Vas. You threatened me, so I have to say your name. Just in case, you know. Gonna play things safe. BO and Azan. And about, just will shift back away from ramp. And this is a round that would break the Paravision money. If Paravision break through here, I think it's map over and series over. If MIBR win this round, it's game on. The area is decent. There is a path, I think, to the left of it for Hobbit to traverse round. He's not going to choose to. It's going to be a pretty early push from Paravision into the A-bomb site. You can tell now that because of that contact that BR and Azan got, MIBR are a bit more worried about middle again. They're set up with 3 players in mid. There won't be any contact there for a while. We smoke Palace will come through. We'll relax BR and Azan a little bit. So we're keeping B Apartments interested. That's just great though, and Alliance has seen him. Big dink to the... I say big dink. It's a dink for 9 HP, I think. Takes away down to 79 with the nade. And that contact now will play Paravision's hand on the A-bomb side. Darren Azan needs his 1, gets his 1. Yellow will trade quickly, and Sunny towards stairs. This time, nothing doing. Slaxages is here. And Slaxages wants this victory for his team. Double kill entry, 14 and 6 is his KD, and Venom Zero needs 2 kills back right here, right now. 2 flashes fly his way, and that's going to push him away. LNZ was already committed to saving, so Venom Zero is going to have to join him, and Paravision will win the important rounds to keep control of their money. They're 2 away from playoffs.
Terrorists win.
Slaxages has had 2 big moments in this series, which I think is those sort of moments that can invigorate a young player who, sure, has the drive and motivation already, but can transform them a little bit to make them believe they deserve to be where they are. And look, Slaxages could be a totally chill, unmoved character. I don't know what he's like as a human being or as a person. But he had a lovely 1v3 on Anubis. Sure, it was in vain. They didn't win the map. But he played pretty well map 2. And he's playing great on map 3. The 1v2 against NQZ and Venom Zero, I believe it was, in the first half. That's one that will be clipped and shipped, I think. Sure, it was a misplay from MIBR, you can't argue that, but Slaxages still had to hit the spray. Caster, what level face it are you? Used to be level 10, but my rank has expired, I'm afraid. Oh, and there goes Linus. Talking about expiring. On the jump spot, destroyed by the teenager. No more say for the captain of MIBR in this round. And they might need him to call something excellent from the sidelines. Because MIBR are a 4v5 and 11-5 down. There's no drop down. He hears them come toward B, and that's a really nice pick on Slaxajez. He's worried about that late lurk in middle. He'd be right to be worried about that with Hobbit's position. Venom Zera's going to find one more, but in comes Hobbit finally. So Venom Zera's done a brilliant job to make this round even considerable for MIBR. But the bomb plants come through. BRNSN has the only kit. If that is lost in middle right here, that's probably round over already. Hobbit just needs to live, and he knows that. All these years of major winning experience for Hobbit. Look at this. What a nuisance he was there. Finally held swing, but the bench angle here was taken up quickly there by Insani. But there's just no time for this. Kit may be retrieved, but they're dancing around default. Zwei finds Insani, and NQZ needs to get this kill immediately, but Zwei will connect the headshot. And that's MIBR staring at the 2-2 bracket, knowing they have to play one more game tomorrow if they don't make a crazy comeback happen. Paravision will be straight through to playoffs. One more needed for Paravision. And Parry might be, I think, pretty happy with how this group stage has gone. Your first event with Hobbit and Slaxajez, what I thought was a really lovely mix of experience and a youth added to the team. And it's taken a little bit to gel, but MIBR are a good test. He's only trying to make something happen, but he only finds one. Jane will respond with his trade from top middle immediately. And NZ did find one of his own. Lots of noise being made by Ziello, and even though he gets some damage, BRNSM will put him down. Try to distract from Slaxajez in Palace. Does get him one kill. But 2v3 for Parry. Slaxajez and Jane will trample toward B. And the thing is for Linus, he doesn't know that jungle and murder hole is clear because of his teammate's position. He has to focus solely on the apartments now, but he's going to miss. And guess who? It is the new boy again. Slaxajez will get a multi. And now Jane and Slaxajez can be set up in an afterplant to secure playoffs for Paravision. It's all down to BRNSN on an AK and Venom Zera only on a Deagle of all things. And there's no way in. A fantastic map 2 and map 3 from Paravision. Anubis might have been a bit of a grind, a bit of a upsetting end, but after Dastan instilled some fear into his troops, maybe with how he looked at his teammates at the end of the map. Map 2 and map 3 delivered in spades. They were superb, and so was Slaxajez. In the first couple of maps of this tournament, he averaged a 0.86, growing into playing an A-tier event for the first time on a big LAN. Travelling for the first time as a youngster. Never easy. And he is warmed up into this tournament and had a great series here. Looking forward to seeing more and more from him in the future. And we'll be seeing him in an arena. It's his debut tournament, and we'll be seeing him in an arena. We'll be seeing a Hobbit back in an arena as well. That mixture of youth and experience added to the team could be a big factor for Paravision, and they'll be delighted with how that series has finished off. They might be a bit annoyed, especially how they started the series. They were very keen on Anubis, not take back to overtime, but got it over the line. kind of nowhere on map 2 and 3, I'm afraid. Completely destroyed on 2 maps which haven't been that great for Paravision recently. Just look at the win rates. Sure, they're playing at tier 1 position, but it's been a bit rough for them. Anyway, that is everything from me. I don't know if I'm going to be doing any more days in this tournament. Who knows if they'll need me to stand in later on in the event. But all I can say, like it was last night when I did my 15-hour broadcast, it was a pleasure. I'm going to be handing over the stream to my lovely colleague, Mr. MacMate, for the final 2 BO3s of the day. They will be Alliance versus 9Z and Eyeballers versus Nemesis. I hope you enjoy those games, and I hope you enjoy your company. But for now, from me, see you in a bit.